Hey y'all, this is Byron with Running Dog Apiaries. I'm showing you the frames here for the dead outs where, you know, the bees I think starved. Possibly I lost some of them to small hive beetles and wax moths. There's some wax moth evidence here, and there's a little bit of cap honey left on these two frames. But I did kill a wax moth larvae off of that. But notice there's bees from somewhere. These are not my bees. I don't know where they're coming from, but someone around here has bees. And I'm thankful that the bees are able to save some of this. Take it back wherever they're from. So these are wild bees, feral bees, I guess. All bees are wild, technically. Somewhere on here, yeah, there's a place I wanted to show y'all. Here's a bunch of bees. Head down. They're dead. That's the way I found them. Some brood that didn't hatch out. I really don't know what killed these guys. I think it's starvation, but it could have been mites, could have been beetles, been wax moth, because a lot of these have just been robbed out, and they were being robbed out the day I went and got them from the field. So we'll go in my shed. I guess I'll call it my bee shed for now, and I'll show you some of the stuff that I have in there. Turn on the lights. So here's what we're going to start with here in a couple months. Here's some of the boxes from the dead outs. Lots of comb with wax.
Got some red too. Lots of it.
Yeah, this one is filled with pollen or bee bread. So hopefully we don't, I guess we'll freeze these. Both sides. I guess we'll freeze these, and I'm thinking of using them to make hive, to make swarm traps. Some of the frames, I'll try to make swarm. This frame right here has a queen cell on the bottom of it. So anyways, so here's what we got. Some of our equipment that's salvaged and left over from our bee stuff. So we'll be starting over. We do have one hive alive, which we looked at yesterday. I have 6 nooks coming, Russian bees, and we'll start over with Running Dog Apiaries. There's Titus, there's Mason, soon to be master beekeeper. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe if you like the videos, and we'll put up as many as we can. Just what I had hoped. Look at the bees. They're cleaning it up. They're everywhere.
Wow. A lot of bees.
Thankfully nothing goes wasted. I let the bees pick it up. They're getting everything out they can.
Daddy, that would be cool if they just
It's Mason with Running Dog Apiaries, and right now I'm just going to show you hive that died, and we put it out here. We live pretty far from the other hives, and so we know it's not from that. So this spring we're going to put some swarm traps out, and so we can try to catch these.
Alright, I want to give y'all one more look through these hives. This is the amazing thing about the way God created these bees. They are so frugal and they don't waste. Mason and I had the idea of just setting a few of these frames out, the ones that looked the worst, so they could clean them up. And then we saw how many feral bees showed up. We just went and got every frame we had and stuck it out here. And man, the bees have just been getting all over it. Well, we've had a few other things too. We've had little flies and a couple wasps. But they are just everywhere, y'all. I love the sound of this. They're coming in. Look at these bees here. They're like totally feral. I have no beekeepers around me. I'm 2.5 miles from where the dead out was. Now we left that 5-gallon pail of sugar water over there. And I guess what I should have done was maybe leave this over there. I don't know. These bees are just absolutely loving this, and I'm loving it too. Now we took hive tools and we cleaned out some larvae from the hive beetles and wax moth, and just pulled all the cobweb and everything off. And you see all this little white powdery substance down there? That's the wax cappings from where these were robbed out by the last hive over at my bee yard. So thankful that these little frugal bees are going to use these. Now it's overcast. It's supposed to rain. But this was going to be wasted anyways. As it is now, the bees are getting some of it, and I am super thankful. We're going to keep the best frames, Mason and I are. We're going to keep the best frames out of this bunch when they're through playing with them, and we're going to make swarm traps. These bees are coming from somewhere, and if they're not being maintained, they will swarm. And if we have a regular source of food here, they will come here, they will come back looking. We have a nice pine tree right there. I'm going to set a swarm trap there. We're kind of facing northwest right now, so I'll put it on the east side with the mouth of the trap facing south. There's also a nice big oak over there with a little V-neck in the branches there, and I'm going to put one there. I don't know where they'll decide to land. Bees do what bees do. We're going to do that and that, because my little girl was watching a while ago, and the bees are definitely, they're flying out and going that way. We happen to know straight that way there's an old house. It's 100 years old plus. The man who owns the house, his wife grew up in the house, and he said there were bees in the wall. Maybe where these bees are coming from. But they are absolutely beautiful. A nice yellowy color, super defined stripes. Just beautiful. Just beautiful bees. I'm thinking Italian is what these are. I don't know. So we're super excited. We're ready for this spring. We're gonna try to help these bees all we can. They're just loving this old honey. Here's what's neat, y'all. This honey right here had that mess in it from where the larva from the wax moth had been through there, or the small hive beetle or something had been through there, and it was just nasty. The bees apparently can still save it. I'm thankful. So we're gonna have to get out of here today. We got a scavenger hunt picnic set up with our church, and so we're gonna go do that. So y'all be safe, have a good time, save the bees, learn how to keep bees. You know, with losing these 3 hives, I've got a lot to learn. This is my first year. Haven't even been doing it a year, but I'm going to learn all I can. I've met 2 or 3 new guys that keep bees, and they're willing to give me information and help me. So we're just going to learn and grow, and hopefully Mason would like to do this more of a full-time basis, or at least a super hobby basis to where it's hobby part-time income. So we'll see what we can come up with. So we're done, and we're gonna go to the scavenger hunt and hopefully win it. So for Running Dog Apiaries, that's Mason. I'm Byron. Y'all come go with us.